Convicts that got killed in court. Up until that point in court, generating international news tonight, a war criminal who had been convicted suddenly started consuming poison and yelling at the judge. Rather than being the scene of violence, courtrooms are usually the scene of legal arguments. Sometimes, though, circumstances change without warning, putting the prisoners at the center of their own legal drama. These prisoners were executed at the first court, David Parodi. According to David's spoof, his miserable journey got worse when he got entangled in a legal drama. His arrest in December 2006 for the horrible crime of his girlfriend, Eileen Peltz's alleged death, set off a dramatic tale of judicial conflict and violence. Only a few weeks had passed from the beginning of their relationship when Deborah Parodi's mother was driving the car in question, and catastrophe had struck. Deborah subsequently stated that, up until that fateful day, she had not heard the pair dispute. But in a strange deed, David viciously stabbed his sweetheart in the neck, threatening to kill her if she did not act first. What happened next was even more puzzling. Not deterred by the gravity of his offense, Parodi forced his mother to take him from Loy, California, to a location in Amador County that was 15 miles away, where he dumped Eileen's lifeless body beside a road. The callousness of these activities shocked everyone who heard about them. To explain the inexplicable, Parodi's defense team stated that he was under the influence of methamphetamine at the time of the encounter. Despite this, he was apprehended and charged with the crime. Nevertheless, the story took an even stranger turn at his 2009 trial. Setting the scene before this trial is crucial. Deborah Paradiso, David's mother, had serious concerns about her son's mental state in the weeks before the court appearances. She saw signs of a possible breakdown in him, such sadness in his eyes. Moreover, she reported to the authorities her suspicion that he was in possession of a firearm. Her worries were allayed when a search of his detention cell revealed no weaponry. Deborah Paradiso subsequently asserted that the disastrous circumstances that transpired were partly caused by her termination. During his trial in March 2009, David Parodi gave testimony regarding the death of his girlfriend in this manner. He did, however, offer an account that differed from his earlier remarks, rejecting the claim that his actions were motivated by fear for his life. This time, he said that he had taken Eileen's life because he believed she didn't deserve to live. His narrative took a dramatic turn that was both exciting and worrisome. Judge Cinda Fox of San Juan County Superior Court called a stop in this crucial trial after Deborah David's mother sobbed as she left the courtroom. She had expressed concerns about her son's mental health and spoken out against him taking the stand. There was a glitch in the proceedings due to this eruption. In the brief moment of respite, David Paradiso moved, approaching from behind Judge Fox and slashing at her with an unknown pointed weapon. He assaulted the judge physically and repeatedly stabbed her. Numerous guests in the courtroom sought to intervene, but it was none other than lowly Detective Eric Bradley who pulled out his gun and shot Paradiso. Judge Fox was successfully taken out of the courtroom on a stretcher despite her injuries, and she made a full recovery. David Paradiso's gunshot wounds from the incident caused him to pass away. This unanticipated course of events caused devastation in its wake. David's family expressed their sorrow and belief that the tragedy may have been prevented if law enforcement personnel had treated David's deteriorating mental health better, especially his brother Aaron Paradiso and mother Deborah. According to Aaron, his brother had paranoid schizophrenia, a recognized and documented condition. In his current mental state, he argued, David shouldn't have been called to the stand. Secondly, Grabowski's clause. Grabowski's tale started in Germany when authorities recognized him as a repeat offender. He was later placed under custody and given a probationary sentence after strangling the youngster. Although one might have assumed that Grabowski would learn a lesson from this near miss, his evil tendencies persisted. A few years later, he was taken into custody once more for offenses against minors. Although Grabowski was initially given lenient treatment in court, this time around the authorities showed less mercy as Grabowski was about to carry out his most heinous conduct, which created the opportunity for an unforgettable altercation in the courtroom. Marianne Bach, who was born on June 3, 1950, was the main character in this horrifying narrative. Her mother abandoned her when she was a teenager, and her father used violence, making her upbringing in West Germany challenging. At 16, she gave birth to her first child. At the age of 18, she had to give up her first child for adoption. Shortly before giving birth, she was attacked, forcing her to give up her second child as well. Marianne gave birth to her third and last child, a stunning girl named Anna, on November 14, 1972. Marianne was raising Anna by herself, so in order to support her daughter, she worked as a waitress. But things in their lives didn't settle down. Due to her lengthy work hours at the bar, Marianne was unable to spend much time with Anna. Several of her friends saw that Anna took care of herself frequently, even spending the night at the bar where her mother worked. The depressing series of events started on May 5, 1980. Before Anna departed for school, Marianne and Anna got into a heated argument. The distraught and heartbroken 7-year-old decided not to attend school that day. As she left, claiming to go to school, Klaus Grabowski, a neighbor from their apartment complex, gave her the chance to play with his cats in his flat. After Anna reached Grabowski's flat, he tormented her for several hours. Then, shockingly, he mercilessly ended her young life by strangling her with his fiancé's tights. Grabowski did not get away with it. His fiancée called the police as soon as she realized the horrible truth. Grabowski was apprehended on March 3, 1981, after authorities found Anna's lifeless body at the canal side. During the trial, Grabowski attempted to place the blame on the young kid he had forcibly taken from the world. He claimed that Anna made an effort to entice him, demanded payment, and threatened to reveal him if he refused to comply. In his twisted narrative, he portrayed himself as the victim. After witnessing this appalling display of victimization, Marianne, who had already endured intolerable pain, became so incensed that she decided to handle things herself. Marianne completed her assignment on March 6, 1981. Her attire at what appeared to be a routine court hearing covered a .22 caliber Beretta handgun. When she spotted Grabowski in the courtroom, she didn't hesitate to act, firing 7 shots at him. After 6 of the shots were successful, Grabowski was shot and killed. A video of the shooting showed Marianne's resolute demeanor. She showed no emotion at all, not even when other people tried to stop them from arresting her. She showed no remorse. For manslaughter, Marianne was given a 6-year prison sentence, of which she spent just 3. She was buried close to her beloved daughter Anna when she passed away in 1996 from pancreatic cancer. Number 1. Slobodan Praljak. This incident takes a different approach, focusing on the 2017 sentencing hearing of Slobodan Praljak, who committed himself. Let's examine how Praljak got himself put on trial as well as the reasons for his extreme actions. Slobodan Praljak, born in Yugoslavia in 1945, was a Bosnian Croat. His life appeared to be rather typical as he pursued additional education, was hired as a professor, and operated an electronic company. But in the course of the 1991 Croatian War of Independence, his life changed dramatically. Praljak, a prowler enlisted in the Croatian military, advanced to the rank of general and played a crucial part in the fighting. However, his leadership is said to have involved war crimes such as assaults on civilians, looting, and attacks on places of religion. In addition, he oversaw the notorious exercise camp, Prowl, where Bosniak men were subjected to abuse and cruelty. After the war ended in 1995, Praljak became a prosperous businessman and returned to civilian life. Seeking to turn his life around, he founded a production company, a tobacco company, and penned 25 novels. But Praljak and 5 other people were charged with war crimes at the beginning of 2000 by the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia. After turning himself in to the police, he was charged with serious offenses such as breaking the Geneva Convention, breaking wartime regulations and laws, and committing crimes against humanity. Do you like it? Kindly give your valuable response in our comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos.